Hello beautiful souls, welcome back to my little corner of the world. We're going to aim to keep this a little bit shorter than these videos do sometimes go. But whatever comes out, what comes out. Getting more and more intuitive. I'm getting more and more guidance, urges, pullings, feelings about doing stuff like this and just doing it on a very impulsive, spur of the moment basis. And even then it's I'm I'm learning to just let all the other stuff go. The fact that I want to put makeup on, the fact that I want to get dressed in certain things and put certain jewelry on for certain reasons when I do these videos. I'm just learning to kind of let all of that go. But I do want to bring us, first of all, before I go off on a tangent, I hope you're all well out there anyway, and thank you for watching, listening. This is going out on a couple of different platforms. This time we're doing a video and an audio recording for somewhere else as well, which the links and everything are all on my link tree, which is in the description, I believe, or somewhere on my channel, so it's easily found. But first of all, I want to bring us all into a place of balance and connection. So for this, I'm going to use my trusty tuning fork. I love this. It's 528 hertz. It's beautiful. I'm just checking with myself. There's a thought that I had. I'm just checking whether the thought resonates as truth within me, because I feel the truth of what I speak, at least on my journey within my body. I've learned to more and more, as I say things, especially things where they're going to go out to be shared with others, not just myself, but shared with others. And it comes from, actually, I was having conversations with myself, which apparently is not everyone does, but I've always done it. Have little conversations with myself, and I realise now that that's kind of in preparation, because it allows me to kind of have a conversation with myself, but it's generally a conversation I'm having with someone else, so I'm just working something through in my head, and I thought it was just working something through in my mind. There'll be a reason I'm saying this, which will come clear in a moment, I'm sure. But working something through in my head, it's almost like writing maths calculations down, workings out down. I used to do that all the time when I was at school. And it used to help me kind of backtrack, but it helped me to see where I got from A to B. And then to see, and this is kind of what I've always done with speaking, is kind of a little conversation with myself, to like I'm conversing with another person, or just working something out in my head. But it's not actually just doing that, it's actually helping me kind of feel out what it is that I'm saying. Is my body's kind of my body is communicating with, which, as it does with all of us, all the aches and pains and stuff that we get are all just our body communicating with us, or trying to communicate with us. And normally the aches and pains are the last form of communication that our subconscious has, and it speaks through the body. It's something that I've picked up along my way from somewhere, I think many different people. But I've learned that for me, and this may not be true for everyone, but experiment with these things and go and research this stuff and see if you can find out other people talking about it. I think it might be even Dr. Joe Dispenza, one of the places I think possibly picked it up, who's amazing, some of the stuff that he teaches. But anyway, so it allows me, I'll speak something and I will feel within my body of what I'm saying is actually truth. And it's like I might have said this before, like an energy runs through me, and I say it's an energy. It's like it's a feeling. It's an enveloping. It's like a rush, but it's not something physical touching me like I am doing now. It's like something that rushes through my body. So it's like an internal, but it can also be an external. So I can also feel it on the outside of my body as well. And sometimes I just feel it in certain areas. Sometimes I feel it all over. And with, it chops and changes, I think, depending on what I'm speaking about, depending on how much attention, I suppose, whatever it is trying to get my attention, or whatever and whatever way it's trying to communicate with me. But so anyway, 528 hertz, I feel is what the earth is tuned to. It's tuned 528 hertz is important for a specific, it's tuned to something. 528 hertz again, which you can go and find out about online, because I don't want to say something and it's not something that's I know is fact, as well as knowing it in my body. One, I'm still sort of learning my own communication, but it is definitely attuned to something, and it feels amazing. I've used it before now, and I've done case studies on clients, and it does help to bring into a sense of balance and calmness within oneself. So we'll do this first. And you just deep breathe in. I'm drawing an affinity symbol. And as always, we start, I'll show you myself. Start with the heart. And then I go right up towards the right ear, left ear, back through the heart chakra, and then all the way down the lower part of the belly and back to the heart again. And do that 3 times. And there is magic in the power of numbers as well. Magic in the power of numbers of 3. Again, you go and research that, as I've just got into a tangent. And now we're back into a state of equilibrium. It's a word that I struggle to say. I have my cup of cacao. Cacao, you can research the benefits of cacao. There's many. The cacao that I particularly drink, that I prefer, is shipped in from elsewhere in the world, and it's made within a beautiful place, and it's actually blessed. Cacao, it's like the purest cream of chocolate that you can get, basically, and there's, let's say, many health benefits, but the particular cacao that I get is actually used within the ceremonies in the place that it comes from, and it's used as a plant, used as a heart opening medicine. So it helps to open your heart chakra, and I know this as I feel it when I drink it. And I have come across, for baking and stuff, other forms of cacao and powders and stuff, and they're great for putting in food, but this I feel, and don't feel, it's not another one I've come across that I feel like this. This is different. This holds an energy, and that's very important in this day and age. Then we realise about how important it is with everything that we're consuming, whether it's in many different ways. I'm going to go list them all, as we all know the different things that we consume, and you can kind of tell when you take just a moment, when I'm watching something, when I'm listening to something, when I'm eating something, how does that feel within my body? And our body will tell us, will communicate us whether it's beneficial for us or not. And it doesn't have to be all the things that are considered not beneficial or not beneficial. You know, everything in moderation is quite a good thing. If we really, if eating some what you'd be considered as unhealthy chocolate, it really brings us joy. For me, I bless everything that I consume these days more and more. And I find that, and there is, Dolores Cannon speaks about, what is it, Dolores Cannon? No, Doreen Virtues, my apologies, speaks about blessing food and the importance of food in one of the books that I've read, and she does meditation as well. I think it's all to do with clearing your chakras, which are the energy centers in your body and around us, and within our energy field, which is connected to everything, to the earth and to other things. It's our connection to all. But it's by blessing the food, it raises the vibration. So if we're eating something or consuming something that isn't actually of a vibration or frequency, an energy that is going to be the most beneficial to our body, to our mind, to us, then we can bless it, but you have to feel the blessing when you're blessing it. And it's just being grateful. It's just saying you're grateful for what it is you're consuming. And again, I feel it when I do it. I notice I bless my water, I bless my drinks. And with the cacao, I'm holding it to my heart as I'm talking. And I'm emanating a feeling of love and strength and courage, confidence, connection to myself, connection to my family of love and light who are all around me. They're all around us all of the time. Again, if we're open to that stuff, and we're open to it if we believe it, or if we're willing to be open to it, and you'll start to feel these things. Open to my heart, blow our intentions in to the cacao, and we drink. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's they're going to do a separate video at some point on cacao and the benefits and all these things. It's like the separate videos. This is supposed to be a short video. It's 11. Yay! More numbers. So my reason for coming and actually doing this today was I did a practice earlier on. I did a shamanic practice called Salmon Shikoi, which I learned on in the first direction I've done on the shamanic medicine wheel, or this particular shamanic medicine wheel that I'm training in. And I did it outside, as I do like to be outside in nature. It's very, very powerful to do. It's energy, and it's also energy healing. Its basic terms. This particular practice is the easiest way to explain it. But shamanism and stuff, you can go and find information out if you want more further information, clarity what shamanism is. There is, again, on my link tree there on the hero page, which you can get via the link tree. There is some information. There's some other websites and stuff where I've got information about shamanism and stuff on really easy to really easily explainable to people that are very new to this, and lots of other information and stuff on there. So if you want to find out more information, then please go search it out. But for now, in the interest of keeping this as short as possible, something which I do find challenging. It doesn't have to be a challenge though. It's just I have a lot to share. But to bring it back down, so I was in the garden and I did a Salmon Shikoi practice. It was just an energy healing, which is calling in the energies of Salmon Shikoi and other sort of words that we say within this shamanic practice. And I had kind of a feeling to myself, because I had my bum bag around my waist, rubber bum bag, hands free. Had my headphones on, which are hands-free headphones, and more I try and use wired headphones, as you know, the Wi-Fi around your head, the electromagnetic frequencies around your head, and always supposed to be that great for you. So it's research is out there, so things are said. So things I've read, etc., depending on what you choose to go with, what you choose to believe. But anyway, I had a sort of a gut feeling or an intuition to kind of turn these things off. So I turned off my headphones, I turned off the Wi-Fi and everything off my phone. I didn't actually turn the phone off itself, but I turned off the Wi-Fi, turned off the Bluetooth. Just to kind of get a feeling, and it's all about experimentation, to get a feeling, can I feel this energy? Because I started to do it before when I had everything on. And I was thinking, I'm not feeling the energy as strongly as I would feel coming into me. So that's when I kind of got okay, we'll turn this off, we'll turn it off and see. Because I've not done it before really, where that's not been my intention from turning everything off, is with that specific of comparison to feeling what it was like before and what it was feeling like after, within me, within my body, with the energy coming in. Because I do feel, when I call this energy in, no matter what the practices that I'm doing, the modality that I'm using, I feel the energy coming in. That's how I know that it's that's how I know that it's, you know, it's, I don't say working, but that's how I know that I'm actually connected to something other than just my own energy. It's because I feel the difference in energies, and each energy feels different, either in intensity, in strength, in kind of the way that I see the energy through my mind's eye when I've got my eyes closed. Sometimes when I've got my eyes open, I see the energy in my hands coming through my hands, or coming out my hands, and it can be different colours. Stuff like that. That's a whole other video maybe in the future at some point. So I was doing this, and I did sort of before and after, like I said, I turned everything off and after, and I really did feel the intensity of the energy that was coming through into me was different. It was a lot more powerful. It was a lot brighter and a lot clearer in my mind's eye. And I felt the joy and the love running through my body. Basically, so it actually really does make a difference in having these things turned off, these electronics, if you like, as much as possible. Even, like I said, for me, I just had the Bluetooth turned off and I had my Wi-Fi turned off. I never had the phone turned off, and the phone was still in the bum bag around my waist. But it made a tremendous difference. And this is when I got the urge to kind of come on and speak about this, just to share what I had experienced, as that's what this is all about, really, is sharing experiences, sharing parts of our journey. As I know, I've learnt a lot, and it's all been planting seeds. I've learned a lot from listening to other people and their journeys, their stories, their experiences, the things that they've chosen to share, whether it be a modality, a practice, or whether it's just part of their story. I've learnt so much. It's brought me so much. All of these little tidbits of information, if you like, and I know that for me, when I ask questions of my family team, my team of love and light that surround me, that are, you know, guiding me and helping me as they are with all of us, and along a path, and you know, one of the ways that they communicate with me, I've realised, is through the power of, you know, I'll ask a question in card readings and stuff. When I watch general card readings, I might mention this before in a video. Sometimes I'll ask a certain question. Oh, my ring's gone purple, and that's very important, as I got a bit of an aura reading from a lady I just met yesterday, who said about my aura being very purple, and that ring wasn't purple when I put it on. It is now. So a little synchronicity there. It's another way of communications. Whatever we choose to is communicating with us. It could just be us. It could just be our higher self. It could just be our subconscious that's communicating with us. It doesn't have to necessarily be we thinking of, if we don't choose to believe in anything outside of us. It can just be we're connected within us, and it's us. It's for me, it's all one and the same, no matter what you call it. I do feel it different energies sometimes. So if I'm asking a question out there, and I've done this all my whole entire life, always spoken to something outside of me. Beforehand, it was always my nan, as my nan was very important to me growing up. So I'd speak to her. She was the energy that I felt most connected with, that was outside me at the time. And I still speak to her. I still speak to some other ancestors. But my family team of love and light, I encompass all of them, all of those that are with me, guiding me, helping me. You know, whether they've been and gone, whether, you know, we'll get. And I've learned as well that, you know, they'll chop and change sometimes, depending when we get different stages in our life. But anyway, there's all of that. So this is just another way of communication. So I'll ask questions and I'll get my responses back in maybe the form of numbers, and I'll go and see what the interpretation of that number means, and it will really resonate. And I check within myself as well whenever I read something. When anything is coming into me, I check within myself first. How does this feel? Is this meant for me? Is this a message or a communication coming from me or outside of me, my team? You know, is it meant for me? Does it feel truth for me? Not just right, but truth for me. For me, that's even more than just saying the words right or wrong, as I'm more and more moving away from right, wrong, negative, positive, bad, good, you know, all those those words, as I do feel that, you know, and one of my I don't say belief because it's stronger than a belief, but it is a belief, but also a knowing, as in I feel that belief within my body as truth for me, that if we all come from love, and we all go back to love ultimately, then all there is love. So no matter whether we perceive it as being good or not in our human experience, being able to look back at all those experiences I've had, which at the time I believed were not beneficial, they've all shown me something. They've all shown me something within myself that I needed to look at, that I needed to change. But I don't say necessarily change, but transmute, transform, I see that, that came into my life because there was something within me that was there was attracting that, and it was attracting that because it was to show me something about myself, and that showing me, that waking up to that something about something within myself is kind of like another part of that shadow work, that inner child healing, that kind of like, this is here, this is here, this is here, this is here. Oh right, okay, by you showing me that, by me having those experiences and interactions, I realized that this is something within me that's connected to this, and that's something within me is something that I can then choose to work on or not, depending what our journey is, and whether we should go down that road or not. But for me, having become aware for those experiences and interactions, which I'm eternally, I'm grateful for, because they've made me aware. They've done what they were supposed to do, what my soul would have chosen before I came here, and what I agreed with those people that I interacted with, those interactions with. They've done what they need to, and then it's then my work, my shadow work, my healing work, to then look at that part of what's inside of me, to bring it out to the forefront, to bring it out from the dark into the light, if you want to look at it like that. And then because by acknowledging that and bringing that out from there, in the subconscious to the conscious, I'm able to, for me, I like to pick these things apart. So for me, I'm able to kind of pick it apart. How did that happen? Why did that happen? Where did that come from? Etc, etc. And what caused that? Because then that helps me to understand, and by having that understanding is then an acknowledgement of, okay, I get that now, and because I get that now, I can forgive. I can get to that place of forgiveness and love for the other being. All 10:10 on the clock when I said that, on the other clock. I can get to that place, and for me, I think I've said before in one of Free's videos that it's, we all come from love, we all go back to love, so therefore we're all perfectly imperfect. No one is actually broken, no one actually needs fixing. It's just, it's a becoming aware of, bringing to the forefront, bringing subconscious to the conscious what was subconscious in us, because if we're subconscious, then we're unaware of it, and it's just going to keep running us. It's going to keep running our life. It's going to keep causing us to behave a certain way, to view the world a certain way, to behaving a certain way, to attracting those things into us that we say we don't really want. So by bringing it to conscious, then we can then make a decision that, okay, yeah, this is the now, this is me, the now, and whatever I choose to then do with that, there's thousands and hundreds of thousands of modalities and techniques and practices and stuff that you can do to kind of to change that in some way. But just by bringing it to your awareness, you're changing it. It's something different, something that wasn't before, it is now. And then by bringing that to an awareness, and by choosing, for me, I choose to work on these things. I choose to do something to change that, whether it's picking it apart, whether it's journaling, whether it's doing a meditation about it, whether it's getting some healing, some other sort of outside healing, whether it's going inside and checking my guidance and stuff, which I tend to always do. What is most beneficial for me with this, for me to allow this to be let go completely, to come to a state of forgiveness and love and acceptance and gratitude and appreciation, and then to just let it go. Because then I've embodied it, I've integrated it, and I've also then become disattached from it. It's gone. I've released it, let go. The energy of the stuff that I was holding on to that was maybe considered unbeneficial, which then forms, disease at some point in our life, is I've let that go. I've let that go, and then it's a true embodying an integration of it. I can move on from that as this newer version of me that has become aware of this. What was unaware has now become aware. Oh, and I feel that energy. I'm speaking. That's how I know I'm speaking my truth, and it will be truth for others out there that are interacting with this. Maybe not for everyone, but there might be something in there that gets you, that causes you to stop and feel differently than you once did before. And everything on our path comes into us, can all be communication if we choose to see it that way. And I do, and so therefore more of that's coming in, or more I'm just becoming more aware of it. But anyway, that is what I wanted to do. So the energy, turning off technology and stuff, or the Wi-Fi's and stuff around us, if we're doing any sort of energy healing or anything like that, or even just going to meditation, which I'll be doing more of now actually, made a tremendous amount of difference in what was coming in. So even just communications and stuff. And I'm being kind of looking at my angel cards here that I've got. Angel answers. Just to credit the people who made the tarot cards, and that's what would we like to tell. And I like the word collective. There's another card reader that I watch, and I go through phases of watching different people, and also it's also another way I've realised of me discerning what I'm actually hearing is truth, because if I've listened to 10 different card readings over a matter of a period of time, and there's the same points coming up in all of these different card readings, then oh, okay, well, it's come up once, it's come up twice, it's come up 3 times. And I actually ask as well, when I ask a question, or when I ask for a sign or some sort of communication or synchronicity, I ask generally for that to come up 3 times. Clear, undeniable 3 times. And I've just realised that I actually do that. And so that's like an awareness, it's an epiphany. I say these things, and I was saying these things and a little bit less aware, maybe more aware now, 3 times. I do it on YouTube all the time. A video comes up, and unless it really pulls me and gets me in that moment, no matter what the video is, and what really resonates with me in that moment, in that present moment, because that's all there is the present moment, then I'll wait until it's come up again another couple of times until I actually go, right, okay, well, this is maybe more called to me now because it's come up 3 times, and that's what I've always asked for. So the power of number 3. Going back to my tuning fork, it all comes back. The power of the number 3. Okay, I'm going to go look that up. And you know, 3 just looks like an 8, but half. And 8 is infinity. Look at that. 3 times, and infinity is what is it? Oh, see, it all links in. This is what I get so excited about. It all links in, and all my energy's going all kind of crazy now. I'm speaking all this and saying all this. There is truth in it all. And I don't know where that song's come from, but I sing when I'm happy. And that's another thing as well. If there's anyone out there that watches any of this that can tell me how, and tell me, this is me asking for guidance and help, no matter where it comes from. It'll come from the most beneficial, from the most high, and my intention. But if anyone knows out there how I go about being able to sing cover songs on YouTube and other social media platforms without getting sued, as I have yet to really sit down and write. I write poems and stuff like that, and I dabble, and I make up little deities, I don't know why I call them deities, little rhymes within my head which I kind of sing to. But actually sitting down and writing an actual song is something I've yet to actually be doing from start to finish, which is something that was, maybe it comes in the future, maybe not. But if someone knows how I can actually do that, because I've looked into licensing and other companies and things like that, and it's kind of a bit bamboozled me. So now I'm putting it out there for outside help to come in 1616 and give me some guidance on that. So I know there's lots of people out there that actually do this kind of thing. They sing covers on YouTube and they don't seem to be getting sued. So how do you do this, please? I would love to know, because I'd like to do some of that at some point. And so yes, an angel card. What would we like the collective to know today? Oh, and there's one flipping out right there. Let go. Let go, let go, let it go, let it go. I won't sing all of that. I don't know that's backwards when I held that up. Let it go. Just let it go. Whatever it is, whatever that is troubling you, whatever that is you're struggling with, whatever that is appearing or is feeling like is you're believing is a block, or is some stuckness or some challenge or a brick wall, or whatever the analogy you want to put on it. I hope that's the right word, a metaphor you want to put on that. Just let it go. If you can just come back to a sense of breath, equilibrium, that word that I challenge to say, except what someone else say, I can say it perfectly. Equilibrium. Sense of balance and connection, that sense when we come to that 0 point, some people call it, within us, that's just serene, blissful, joyful, calm, peaceful, whatever the word you want to use. Take whatever is most relevant and resonates with you the most. We can get to the point of that, and we do that just by letting go. And come back, just come back. And then, whatever the problem was, whatever the issue was, it can help bring another perspective to it. And that in form of itself is communication, whether you believe it's from your subconscious, whether it's or whether it's communication from outside of yourself, inside yourself, or whatever. It can help coming back to that place of balance, that place of oneness, wholeness. I like to call it wholeness from within, that place where you feel just everything disappears, everything just becomes calm, everything becomes peaceful. Wholeness, and that wholeness is the oneness, and in that oneness is the answer. Everything. And the answer for me is always love, 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 love. Anyway, I'm going to leave that now because it's now 30 minutes and I realised that I was only going to be a short video. And it's not quite turned into that, but there you go. It is what it is. I feel it. I hope this has resonated with whoever has listened to it, watched it, has come this far. I'm still working out. That's another thing as well. Please, people out there that do use YouTube, and I'll say goodbye to or even if there's people on the other platforms that this is going on, it's just I've got the video on YouTube and I haven't got the videos on the others, that are able to help me with any questions that I've asked, and you've got this far, then please contact me. You know, there's ways to contact me in the link tree, on the other platforms, with the answers. It'd be amazing to receive assistance. I have to believe that the energies can get a little bit much sometimes, which is why I know it's time to go in a minute, because it's getting a bit like, whoa. Yes, with YouTube in particular, how do I know how long people are actually watching these videos? Because I keep seeing like engagements, and I don't know all the analytics yet. It's something I've yet to immerse myself in. And I do like technology. I use technology. I do have an understanding when it comes to certain things, because I've done some basic courses in some like web design and SEO stuff and things like that. So I do have like a basic understanding. I just need to get a little bit more become from a beginner to more of an intermediate. So if there's anyone out there that can provide any recommendations or tips, would be amazing. Thank you so much. Love, blessings of love and joy to you all out there. Take a breath with me. So just come back to balance, to wholeness, to oneness. Thank you. Have a blessed, blessed day.